work hard to create an environment so that every person can spend their day as they would like to. I referred to that a little bit earlier as far as some of the things they would normally have to take care of, they don't have to take care of, whether that's bill paying or housekeeping. But we also want to create an environment where they can try to reach out and do new things, and they're empowered to try something new. And we try to have our activities people, our chaplain people, our social worker people, looking at every resident individually and as a group to find how to help the whole of that person. And so wellness, which is often described in physical terms of swimming or walking or exercising, really also has to do with trying new things or taking a new class or learning new skills, or even just interacting with people. I find one thing that people really enjoy at a retirement community that they're not expecting to enjoy is eating with people from diverse backgrounds and interests, so that we tend to surround ourselves with people that have everything in common with us. But at a retirement community, you're suddenly eating with people from another part of the country or another part of the world and learning about stuff that otherwise you wouldn't have been exploring. So we want the ability for every day to be as they decide to direct that day. And when they realize they have the freedom to do that, I think they start reaching out of their comfort zone and out of their common circle for new ways to explore that and new ways to spend their day. And the residents really do so much to enhance each other. If you go to Springmore and ask them, if you asked 100 people randomly, what's your favorite thing at Springmore, they would not mention my food or housekeeping or security or any of that. They would mention their neighbors, and they would mention the relationships they form with those neighbors. So on one hand, you could argue we have nothing to do with that. On the other hand, I think because we took care of everything else, they were free for that to become the priority. And really, I think that's where we would all like to spend our priority. One aspect of their day-to-day, too, that I think is important is, there's always this concern about sort of big brother. And when we say we take care of everything, it can come across as taking care of more than they want us to, or big brothering that process. And we don't do that. Through the Residents Association, through committees, through interaction with staff, we really want SearStone to become what the residents and the board collectively want it to become. And so it's amazing how much at Springmore we've had people change over the years, simple things and big things, through participation in the Residents Association. And just like in their life, their whole life leading up to moving to SearStone, there are some people who want to be real involved in that, and there's some people who don't. There's some people who want to be around others all the time, and other people who don't. And so we just want to create that they get to decide that, and there's opportunities to do whichever they would prefer to do. It's very intriguing to me to remember that there is a library, and then there's also an activity bus, and those sort of illustrate the difference between I want to have a quiet time or internal reflective time versus I want to get on the bus and go to something, a dinner or a party or arts or symphony and that type of thing.